With my schedule, every minute counts. But at the department store, it took 20 minutes before a salesman could show me a mattress. And he was from the electronics department. What I needed was a mattress salesman from the mattress department. What I needed was Ortho.
Ortho means value, not just in our low prices, but in no-cost extras like the Ortho pack, yours with any queen or king-size mattress set.
Ortho, they're the greatest.
Ortho, a great mattress at a great price.
I never used to think much about getting older, but, well, one of these days I am going to be in my 30s. I just hope I'm still in really good condition. I should be if I take care of myself. Like, I take these Oscal 500 chewable calcium tablets. They help keep my bones strong. And they're only $4.99 for 60 on sale at Thrifty. This is Bavarian cream flavor. Gosh, my 30s.
This Monday, Oak Tree is selling this special Breeders' Cup watch for $19.95.
Gage, Santa Anita's giving it away free.
Free?
This Monday at Santa Anita.
Expect the unexpected on the show that turns having fun into a work of art. It's the Hollywood Squares.
Now, you kids are going to do just fine. Just remember to answer all the questions politely. And, Danny, you don't let your mom's attorney get you upset now, okay?
Okay.
Here you go, Denise.
But he better not be mean to Denise.
Danny, I'll be okay. Mr. Mother gets to keep our baby.
She has no right to take our baby away, even if I am a little slow. Right, Mr. Dunlap? Right?
Not if I can help it, Danny. Now, we better head over to the courtroom now, huh? Denise, here, let me give you a hand.
Oh, I'll do just fine, Mr. Dunlap.
I'm Judge Robert J. Franklin. I chose the law as my way of serving my fellow citizens. As an elected judge in the family court, I pray each day that God will give me the wisdom to always temper justice with mercy.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Robert Franklin presiding. Raise your right hands. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Be seated, please. All right, Miss Page, let's begin.
Your Honor, Mrs. Ellen Stearns is petitioning for custody of the as-yet unborn child of her son and daughter-in-law, Daniel and Denise Stearns. Also in the courtroom are Mrs. Marge Belden, testifying for Mrs. Stearns, and Dr. Sally Palmer, director of the Self-Reliance Center, testifying for Daniel and Denise.
All right, thank you, Miss Page. Mr. McGuire, have you an opening statement, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good.
Mrs. Ellen Stearns' son, Daniel, was the unfortunate victim of an accident that left him mentally impaired. And while he was residing at a home for the disabled, he impregnated Denise Stearns, who has been blind since birth. Now, it should be obvious, Your Honor, that these two people will never be able to properly care for a child. Therefore, Mrs. Stearns is petitioning for full custody of her unborn grandchild because she can provide a safe and loving home, a home without the inherent dangers present due to the parents' physical and mental impairments.
Thank you, Mr. McGuire. Mr. Dunlop, do you have an opening statement?
Your Honor, Daniel and Denise Stearns are exactly the kind of people who should have children. They are young and healthy, and they have demonstrated great courage in their efforts to overcome their own personal handicaps. Danny and Denise will provide a warm and loving home for their children. Now, Ellen Stearns viciously and needlessly locked her son away in an institution and to this day refuses to acknowledge his ability to live independently. Her insensitive attempt to seize this unborn child is unconscionable and must not be allowed by this court.
Thank you, Mr. Dunlop. Mr. McGuire, present your first witness, please.
Thank you. I call Ellen Stearns to the stand.
Mrs. Stearns, let me remind you that you were sworn in as the hearing began just a few moments ago. And as you testify, you will be testifying under oath. You do understand that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Good. Go ahead, Counselor.
Thank you. Mrs. Stearns, would you tell us what happened to cause your son Daniel's mental impairment?
Well, when Danny was 2 years old, he fell into the neighbor's pool and nearly drowned. The lack of oxygen to his brain left him mentally slow. My husband blamed me for the accident and walked out on us, leaving me without so much as the money for the rent. I didn't even really know how to take care of Danny. His pediatrician, my pediatrician, insisted that I place him in professional care. He even helped me find the school.
And how long did Danny stay at the school?
Till he was 21. Then 4 years ago, his doctors arranged for him to be moved to the state self-reliance center, even though I begged them not to.
Did Danny and Denise meet at the self-reliance center?
Oh, yes. That's how these poor kids got in trouble. Oh, I'm not blaming them for what happened. I'm just trying to make the best of a bad situation.
When did Daniel and Denise leave the halfway house and get married?
6 months ago, after she found out she was pregnant. Oh, I tried to convince them to put the baby up for adoption and stay on at the center. But they went ahead and moved into that dingy little basement apartment. I worry about them all the time.
Would you please tell the court the incident of the gas stove?
Well, shortly after they moved in, some chicken soup boiled over and put out the gas flame. Denise panicked and pulled the knob off the stove. Well, thank God I just happened to drop by when I did. There were gas fumes pouring into the kitchen. It worries me sick to think of what would happen if she had a baby to deal with.
Understandably. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Very well, Counselor. Your witness, Mr. Dunlop.
Mrs. Stearns, you're asking for custody of your unborn grandchild, but you weren't even able to take care of your own son. What makes you think you can do better now?
Well, that was completely different. Danny is helpless. This baby's going to be fine.
Your son Danny is far from helpless. Now, didn't the Self-Reliance Center help him to get his journeyman certificate in plumbing at Franklin Tech?
Yes, they did. I know that Danny is capable of doing simple menial tasks, but I also know how violent he can become when he's confused or upset.
Now, you claim that Danny and Denise are not able to take care of themselves, but haven't they been doing exactly that for the last 6 months?
Denise is alive today only because I happened to stop by in the nick of time. She's a very sweet girl, but the fact is, well, she is blind. I love them both, but I also know how hard it is to take care of a baby. It's a lot of work. They can't possibly handle it. I can give the baby a good home.
Isn't that what you really want, Mrs. Stearns? The chance to raise a normal child that you never had. You want a second chance with someone else's child, don't you?
No, it's my grandchild. Well, they can visit whenever they want to.
Well, how generous. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Very well, Counselor. You may step down, Mrs. Stearns. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. McGuire, any further witnesses?
Yes, I call Marge Belden to the stand.
If you think you can never wear Lee press-on nails because of the active things you do, try these. Active length Lee press-on nails. Easy to put on as natural length, as flattering as glamour length Lee press-on nails, but in a length that beautifies active hands. Active length Lee press-on nails. Beautiful, yet sturdy enough to use over and over. They take your favorite polish so well, they're almost impossible to chip. Active women press-on. Lee active length press-on nails.
Di is shy, Fergie is nervy, and this week's People profiles these royal best friends. People celebrates people, with a fascinating report on Di and Fergie, how they each get along with the Queen, and why their happy marriages will lead to different destinies. Then a revealing People story on Linda Evans, making it crystal clear that her new miniseries with no makeup will change her goody two-shoes image, and much more. Week after week, People celebrates people. This week, the Merry Wives of Windsor.
Yo, Samson, lunch.
I need a burger like I need another haircut.
Tired of the same routine?
Introducing the new Double Beef Burrito Supreme from Taco Bell. It's got twice as much beef as our regular Burrito Supreme for a bigger, beefier taste.
Whoa! Where can I get another one?
They're new at Taco Bell.
Great! I'm out of here.
The new Double Beef Burrito Supreme, only at Taco Bell. The cure for the common meal.
My little daughter, Robin, never got to her ballet lesson. But the man who kidnapped and killed her is still alive. Rose Bird, Cruz Reynoso, and Joseph Grodin overturned his death sentence, as they have for so many other brutal killers. Your vote can stop them from letting other killers escape justice.
Cast 3 votes for the death penalty. Vote no on Supreme Court Justices Byrd, Reynoso, and Grodin.
Go ahead, Mr. McGuire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mrs. Belden, you're the manager of the apartment house where Denise and Daniel Stern live. Is that correct?
Right. I told the owner the minute I saw Danny and Denise that we'd have nothing but problems, problems, problems. But all he cared about was collecting the rent. Why, the very day they moved in, Danny asked me 4 times where the laundry room was. Can you imagine? 4 times.
Marge, have you noticed anything else around the building that might make you fear for the safety of Danny and Denise?
Oh, my, yes. There was a time she cut her hand so badly washing dishes. Why, you could hear her screaming all the way down to the laundry room. Why, I had to let myself in with a pass key to take her to emergency. She was helpless. Can you imagine what would happen if that baby was hurt? Why, she wouldn't even know it was hurt. She couldn't take care of herself in emergency, much less a baby.
Understandably. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Very well, Counselor. Mr. Dunlop, will you cross-examine?
Yes, Your Honor. Mrs. Belden, haven't the Sterns paid their rent on time every month since they've lived in that building?
Well, yes.
And last month, when your bathroom sink was leaking, didn't Danny come over and fix it for you at a great savings of time and money?
Well, yes.
And has he ever asked you for any kind of payment?
Well, no, he's very nice that way, but what has that got to do with taking care of a baby? Why, I'd be worried sick about that child.
Oh, I see. You think that it's going to be a burden on you personally to have that child there, huh?
Well, of course. I'd have to be over there half the time to make sure that she didn't drown the poor little thing or stick it with a safety pin or something. Why, she couldn't take care of herself. Now, you know that. I've got enough worries to worry about.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Very well, Counselor. You may step down, Mrs. Belden. Thank you. Mr. McGuire, do you have another witness?
The plaintiff rests, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Dunlop, your first witness, please.
I call Daniel Stearns to the stand.
Very well, sir. Danny, come on up here with me. That a boy. Right up here in the witness stand, Danny. You sit right down there. I have a question I want to ask you. Do you know the difference, Danny, between telling the truth and telling a lie?
Well, sure. I lied once about stealing a piece of chocolate cake from the kitchen. They took away my TV privileges for a week. I never lied about anything again, not even chocolate.
All right, Danny, that's fine. Go ahead, Counselor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Danny, do you know why you're here today?
My mom wants to take away our baby. I just want to tell everybody that I'll be a really good father and that I'll play with the baby and stuff and show him how to play baseball. And I'll buy him a bike. And if it's a girl, I'll get a girl's bike. You know, I can afford it. You know, I have a good job.
Tell us where you work, Danny.
I'm general maintenance and grounds manager at Marshall Elementary School. I like it there.
Now, Danny, your mom has said that you and Denise are not capable of taking care of a baby. Now, what do you think about that?
My mom comes over and she says a lot of mean things. She calls us stupid all the time. Well, why do you have that couch? It looks stupid there. Or it's stupid to paint your front door red. She thinks that everything we do is stupid. She told us that we're going to make the baby grow up to be stupid.
And how did that make you feel?
I don't want to hurt my mom. She's always so mean to us about the baby. I think she's stupid. Mom, Dee Dee and I want you to be the great baby's grandma, and you can come over whenever you want to. But you can't take it.
Okay, now, Danny, remember now, just remember, answer the questions that I ask you. Now, you're saying
that you wouldn't prevent your mother from coming over and spending time with the baby, huh?
No, of course not. She's the baby's grandma. Babies need grandmas to sing them songs and play with them and stuff.
Thank you, Danny. That's all, Your Honor.
Very well, thank you, Counselor. Your witness, Mr. McGuire, and please keep your questions short and clear as possible, will you?
Certainly, Your Honor. Danny, you say that you know how to be independent. Well, what happened last month, Danny, when you locked yourself in the basement at school all night long?
That was an accident. I lost my keys. I was down there fixing the furnace, and nobody knew that I was there.
Well, Denise didn't know you were there either, Danny. She had to call the police to come look for you. Now, Danny, there was a telephone downstairs. Why didn't you just call her?
Oh, no. I guess I never used that phone.
Oh, come on, Danny. You used that phone to call your mother just last week to tell her that you were afraid to be a father, that you were afraid that you might hurt the baby.
I had a bad dream. The baby was crying. She shouldn't have told you that. You shouldn't have told her. I'm not supposed to cry.
No, Danny, there's no rule about that here, son. If you want to cry, you go ahead. I've seen lots of very strong men cry in my time. And I'll tell you something else, Danny. I don't think I've ever known a man who wasn't just a little bit afraid of assuming the responsibilities of fatherhood. So don't you worry about it. You cry if you need to. Go ahead, Counselor. Do you have any more questions?
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Very well. Danny, you can go back to your chair by Denise now, if you will. Thank you so much. Attaboy. Mr. Dunlop, do you have any more witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. I called Denise Stearns.
Very well, sir.
If you think you can never wear Lee press-on nails because of the active things you do, try these. Active length Lee press-on nails. Easy to put on as natural length, as flattering as glamour length Lee press-on nails, but in a length that beautifies active hands. Active length Lee press-on nails. Beautiful, yet sturdy enough to use over and over. They take your favorite polish so well, they're almost impossible to chip. Active women press-on. Lee active length press-on nails.
Okay, team, here's the game plan. Go to Vaughn's and pick up your free scratch and win puzzle game card. Win! 80,000 prizes, including Raiders tickets and yearbooks. Scratch and win, then go for the 80 grand prizes. Match your game card puzzle piece with the one at your participating Nissan dealer and win. One of 40 Nissan hard-body trucks, or one of 40 round trips to the Caribbean islands on American Airlines. Where's the instant win? Bonds. And where's the grand prize win?
Nissan dealers.
The giant scratch and win puzzle game at Vaughn's.
Here she comes. We've landed the big one. The Big H-Salt Double Catch. A tender fish fillet, 3 golden breaded shrimp, a generous helping of chips, plus onion rings. A very special meal at a very special price. The H-Salt Double Catch. Catch it now at H-Salt. Don't miss the boat. Don't miss the catch.
When fashion goes to your head, colorific, color it, style it, erase it, comb in, streak on, match it. So let fashion go to your head. Because if you don't look good, we don't look good.
This Friday at Santa Anita, you get in free if you're 65 or older.
Carry on, Mr. Dunlop.
Thank you. Denise, why don't you tell us how you feel about having this baby?
Scared a little bit. Happy a whole lot. When I was little, I used to dream that someday I'd have my own family. My parents were older, and they've both passed away now. So it's just Danny and me and Ginger. And Daddy's mom, I guess.
Now, Denise, have you and Danny done anything to get ready for the baby?
Oh, yes. We got a lot of books about babies from the library. Danny reads me the ones that aren't printed in Braille. And we've been fixing up the baby's room. Daddy's painted it sunshiny yellow. He says it looks like butter tastes. And we bought a bassinet. It's wicker, and it feels so nice.
Now, Denise, please explain to the court how you're going to be able to take care of this baby even though you're blind.
Lots of blind people have babies. I go to classes at the State Self-Reliance Center just for blind mothers. We learn different ways to tell what's going on with our babies. Like, did you know if a baby's sick, it actually smells different? And my dog Ginger is getting trained to come and get me when the baby needs me. And, well, someone from the center will stop by every day to help me, too. Oh, I know I'll be a good mother, Your Honor.
Thank you, Denise. No further questions, Your Honor.
Very well, Counselor. Mr. McGuire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Denise, didn't you recently slam the door in Mrs. Belden's face just because she forgot to call you before she came to your apartment?
She made me mad. She's got her pass key, and she always walks in without ringing the bell. She has no right to just barge in like that.
Well, Denise, what are you going to do when your baby makes you mad?
That's different, and you know it. I never hurt my baby. I get angry at Danny, too, and I don't hurt him.
That's right, mister. Dee Dee and I have fights just like everybody else, and we make up, too.
All right, Danny. Now, I have to remind you, son, that you've had your chance to talk, and you mustn't interrupt when others are talking. Do you understand?
I know, Your Honor, but I don't like the way that Mr. McGuire's talking to Dee Dee. He's too mean.
No, all right, Danny. Mr. McGuire, I suggest that you tone things down a little bit for all our sakes. All right? Go ahead.
Certainly.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Denise, didn't you deliberately seduce Danny, knowing that you were going to get pregnant, knowing that he would be honor-bound to marry you and take you away from the halfway house?
Objection, Your Honor.
That's a mean thing to say. We love each other very much. And we love our baby, too.
You see? Now he's making Dee Dee cry. You cut that out.
All right. Let's have some order in this courtroom. Your objection is sustained, Mr. Dunlop. Sit down, Danny. Sit down, that boy. All right. Go ahead, Mr. McGuire.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe my point has been made perfectly clear. These two young people can't even conduct themselves properly for 1/2 hour in a court of law, let alone for the lifetime of a child. No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. McGuire, I am not interested in your personal opinion, sir. Furthermore, I think the questions you've been asking Mrs. Stern are designed to upset Mrs. Stern and her husband, just so you could make that self-serving statement you just made. You're out of order, Mr. McGuire, and I insist that you modify your behavior right now. Is that clear?
Certainly, Your Honor. I apologize.
Denise, you may step down. Thank you very much. Mr. Bailiff, you help out, please. That's a tricky step over there. Thank you. Mr. Dunlop, have you another witness?
Yes, sir. I call Dr. Sally Palmer.
Very well. Mrs. Palmer, let me remind you that you were sworn in as this hearing began today, and as you testify, you are testifying under oath.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you remember that. Go ahead, Counselor.
Dr. Palmer, how long have you known Daniel and Denise Stearns?
4 years since they first transferred to the center. They've both made tremendous progress. And in my opinion, they're more than capable of raising a family.
And is there any reason why they would be unable to care for this child?
Nope, none at all. Between their pre-childbirth and parenting classes at the center and their absolute dedication to preparing themselves for this baby, well, you know, they're probably better qualified than most expectant parents.
Thank you, Dr. Palmer. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. McGuire?
Thank you, Your Honor. Doctor, how can you be so sure that you're not pushing Denise and Daniel out into the street before they're really capable of living on their own?
I have never pushed anyone out on the streets, Mr. McGuire. Daniel and Denise were ready and eager to accept that challenge.
Well, isn't that the same recommendation you made last year to another young couple that was unfortunately leaving your clinic? Perhaps you'll remember, they're the ones that heated their home with the charcoal brazier and then died of asphyxiation?
Accidents like that have happened to all kinds of people.
Oh, so you're recommending that not only do they take a chance with both of their lives, but also with the life of an innocent child?
That is unfair.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
You may step down, Dr. Palmer. Thank you very much. Mr. Dunlop, have you any further witnesses?
No, Your Honor. The defense rests.
Very well, counselors, gentlemen. At this time, if you wish to make closing arguments, I'll entertain them. However, I feel that I have enough information to be able to reach a reasonable conclusion in this case, so if you wish to waive closing arguments, I'll entertain that idea as well. How do you feel about it?
I think there's been full disclosure, Your Honor.
Very well. Sir?
Defense defers to your judgment, Your Honor.
Very well, thank you. There'll be a brief recess. I'll return with the verdict.
I remember drinking, but not the accident.
Call Schick.
What's it like?
Very professional. My counselor had been down the road himself, knew just what I was going through. The doctors and nurses were great. They really cared.
It only takes 10 days?
And a couple of 2-day follow-ups.
Will you drive me over?
What are brothers for?
Schick has the #1 success rate and is now at St. Mary Medical Center in Long Beach.
A refreshing change is taking place that's going to change the way you look at Diet Pepsi Free. Introducing new Diet Pepsi Free. On the outside, a whole new look. On the inside, a new caffeine-free Pepsi taste. Now, isn't that a refreshing change? New Diet Pepsi Free and regular Pepsi Free. New look, great taste.
Is he a salesman or a con artist?
An encyclopedia of black history, Mr. Evans.
It tells the whole story of black people.
Yeah, from slavery to shaft. How do we know he isn't really blind? Lord, I bet you that dude can see a roach tap dancing a mile away. Mr. Anderson, can you read Braille? Of course. Good. What do this say?
On the next Good Times.
Today at 5:30 p.m.
Hamburger places may be good at making hamburgers, but when they try to make chicken, it doesn't always fly. That's why I count on the chicken experts, Kentucky Fried Chicken. The Colonel's secret recipe makes their chicken tender, juicy, and downright delicious.
Finger licking good. At Kentucky Fried Chicken, all we do is chicken, so we do it right. Those burger places are only fooling themselves.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do chicken right.
Have you ever felt helpless? I did. When the money for Mother's nursing home ran out, she still had Medi-Cal, but the nursing home told us she had to leave. That's when I joined Leah McCarthy's fight to help seniors.
We're going to stop the kind of atrocious treatment elderly people are receiving in California nursing homes.
Lieutenant Governor Leo McCarthy beat the nursing home lobbyists. The law's on our side now. Lieutenant Governor Leo McCarthy, the one who's earned respect.
Join the Amico Motor Club for fast, easy, and convenient help whenever you have a car problem. Call 1-800-453-5000. We make car trouble no trouble.
Some nonstick cookware only looks like Silverstone, but it doesn't last like Silverstone. So look for this seal and don't get stuck.
Now, this is sparkling wine from Italy with more taste than champagne. Riuniti Spumante. More taste than champagne.
I know that all of you here are very much concerned about the welfare of this unborn child. And Mrs. Stearns, I realize that you feel you'd give your grandchild the very best of care, and I'm sure you would. But it seems to me that the natural parents deserve the benefit of the doubt in this case. Danny and Denise, you've been very responsible, and you've been very thorough in your preparations for the baby's arrival. And I've decided that you should be allowed to keep your baby.
No, that poor child.
No, Mrs. Stearns, no. I don't think this is going to be a poor child. In fact, I know it isn't. It'll be a very rich child, in that it will be enormously loved. And I hope you'll be the grandma that Danny knows is so important to that baby's happiness. And Danny and Denise, I know you're going to do a good job, but it's important for you to remember to ask for help when you need it. Dr. Palmer, I'm instructing you to file monthly status reports on your follow-up and supervision of this case. And Danny and Denise, you've shown me and you've shown all of us that love has no limitations. Good luck to you. Court's adjourned.
After Fred has an accident in the pickup truck, he decides he's suffering from whiplash. Sanford and Son next.
For a list of organizations concerned about the family issues seen on The Judge, please send a $1 check for postage and handling to Post Office Box 5987, Sherman Oaks, California.
Pretty good price, but we're going to shop around a little more. So far, best of 12.